This is me checking to see whether or not this is actually, looks like I have to squish it a little bit. Documentation that it fits, so at least we don't have that cost. We have boarded the plane and we are headed to Denver, where I'm gonna have a 5-hour layover. This is a trip I didn't really care to go on, so we're gonna make the most of it. Just hours away from our stay in Washington, and we don't even have a place to stay. So I'm currently booking something for our entire family to stay. So far, I've edited a couple of podcast episodes. I'm writing a script for another podcast. I ate a very mediocre pepperoni pizza from Pizza Hut. And of course, I have a Pepsi. I booked our Airbnb. Oh, right. Here in Denver, but also back in Dallas. I got so many looks for my Christina shirt. And I'm doing a good job of promoting my podcast. Well, I've successfully made it to DC like an hour and a half ago. I'm waiting on my brother and my parents to come pick me up. My computer is dead and I'm really exhausted. I just basically spent all day traveling, and it's weird that I went like backwards to go forwards. Also, I'm very hungry. You have a TV in your vehicle?
No, that's his iPad.
Oh, okay.
But he has it hooked up to his speakers and everything.
Yeah.
Sounded great.
Nice. To the Washington Monument.
You have arrived.
It is 8:42, and we are headed to the Washington Monument to see about getting tickets. They're released on the day of, and there's my brother, and there's the Washington Monument. There was a mild fiasco with the Airbnb, but we'll discuss that later. Also, I've only slept for like 5 hours.
We do 5 for 2:30. And do you know where we can get wheelchairs?
As you can see, we secured the tickets. Afterwards, we went back to get ready for the day. Came to the Holocaust Museum. My level of aggravation is a 2. Taking identification card.
The patrol leader called in by radio and said that we have come across something and we're not sure what it is. It's a big prison of some kind, and there are people running all over. Sick, dying, starved people. You can't imagine it. Things like that don't happen.
I was telling them, do you think it's symbolic that we got in a line when nobody told us to get in a line? This museum wasn't already on our itinerary that I created. My brother decided that he wanted to go and visit it, and it was a really good museum. Some notes was that it was crazy crowded, which is, I guess, a good thing that everybody's being educated. But also it wasn't enjoyable too much because they had things on both sides. So at some point you're walking in front of people like constantly, or trying to weave in and out. And there was really like so much to see there. We kind of had to go quick because we had plans and reservations at specific times that day. But really, you could have been at this one museum like all day and still not like fully absorbed everything that was there. But despite the weightiness of the subject, the museum was well curated. It was so impactful seeing all these like artifacts, and it also put into context what we are currently going through. There was also this quote at the end of the exhibit, and I had seen it on social media. Here it is. Well, that was depressing, but also educational. And I did purchase something from the gift shop, so I ended up buying this cute little pin. The symbol on it represents how they indicated who was a homosexual, and they were persecuted for it.
Oh, right there. Michael's ahead of us.
Ooh, and over there is where Olivia Pope took up many of her appointments. After the Holocaust Museum, we headed over to the Washington Monument and we went up to the observation deck. There's a lightning detector going off. He didn't know where they went, so he just left it there. These lightning rods were on top to prevent it from striking the actual monument.
Oh my goodness, mira. All the top, that looks like the museum in Paris. A lot of glass. No, that the pyramid on top of the museum over there, it's all like that.
That's what all this is made after.
Oh.
We are now at the Library of Congress, and my hair is looking crazy. You know I love a library.
I'm always fascinated by the amount of detail on the back of the statues that were designed to be looked at from 50 feet below.
We're gonna take this exhibit at a quick trot because my mother is diabetic and she hasn't eaten anything in a while, so she's feeling a bit faint. Luckily, she ate a little bit of a cookie, but we're heading out. We're just gonna take some video of this cute exhibit. Oh, look at this old paper. This is Thomas Jefferson's library. Cute. Oh, I see how to code for dummies. See how faint she is? Look at all these bottles. It's like, what, almost 10 o'clock? And we decided to go for a walk in this neighborhood that we don't know. Hopefully we don't die. This morning we decided to get a little bit of groceries and make our own little like egg croissant sandwich for breakfast, and they were delicious. I should have took a video of them. After a late breakfast, we headed to the Basilica of the National Shrine of the Immaculate Conception. Ugh, what a mouthful. Let's try saying that 3 times fast.
There's.
$5.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Is this a scam?
Mm-hmm. And normally you donate what you want, right?
Right.
But look, it won't do it.
Even the one in Rome
I
did
know.
cost $5.
I know. There it is.
But the Catholic Church doesn't take Apple Pay?
Didn't take what?
Apple Pay. Just kidding. They take Apple Pay. My brother got to go behind the little like pulpit area. I did not because they're closing it for mass. Oh, look at this organ. And on the way out, we had to stop by the merch stand. Look at these cute bookmarks. I would get one for Diana, but we know she doesn't read. Or she doesn't know how to read. Well, today is the day. We are going to the National Archives Museum. So today is the day we take the Declaration of Independence to see if there is in fact a map for the treasure. Declaration is on there. Push the gate. The Rotunda. Ooh, we get a little escort just to go see. Kezzy's in a wheelchair. Just kidding, we didn't get to use our white privilege. Ooh, look at that penmanship.
Construction started in 1933, finished in 1937.
The encasement's 24-karat gold-plated titanium frames are filled with the non-reactive argon gas. Sensors monitor temperature and humidity and detect the presence of oxygen, which could cause deterioration. Fiber optic lighting and light reflective glass protect against fading. These high-tech chambers ensure that the opportunity to experience these precious documents will be available for generations to come. Still nice, but pretty faded. It says the First Amendment proposed by the first Congress is the only one that was never ratified. Only 3 to 5 feathers from the tip of the left or right wing, depending on which hand you write with, are suitable for use as pens. Thomas Jefferson bred geese so that he'd have an ample supply of pens, one of which only lasted about a week. I told them I would meet them at ground level. Let's see what the stairs look like. Oh, look around. Perfect. We just need to replace the row one with that. Guess how much this freeze-dried ice cream is? Wrong. It's $12.95. Okay, so my dear friend Carla sent me a TikTok about this restaurant and said we should try it while we're here. My mom wanted to treat us to a really nice dinner, and so I suggested this. I'm a silly goose, and we just went. Just know you need a reservation. And I ended up telling my sister-in-law that I was able to get us a seat because the maitre d' is a huge fan of my vlog, and for half a second she believed me. But really, they were able to accommodate us. We saw that, well, we didn't know that they had some special chair to get people with disability down. So instead, my father struggled to get down these steep stairs. And so they were very accommodating, and they're like, don't worry about it, we're gonna find a table for you. He was first to finish.
You want to get a whole tart?
Yeah, you want the whole
A big thing?
one plate.
Okay, there you go. Now take a bite, or take a slice. Hold on.
So, folks, this is amaretto with a sweet almond caramel digestive. Sambuca is like an anisette, like a licorice. And it's strong. So.
I'll do amaretto. Now go. Cheers. This one's good. It's kind of like a little.
It tastes like black licorice. Oh, there's none left. Oh,
You left you none. That's why you're supposed to get the other one. You're supposed to share with her. Does it smell like licorice?
Yeah, it's like black licorice.
Oh yeah. It smells good.
My sinus is kind of clear.
Okay, let's go be a weirdo and go on a tour of this whole place. So cut to 3 hours later, we're back at the Airbnb we're staying at. My mom got violently ill after that delicious meal, and we had to tend to her. It was violent, and we managed to pull over, and there was a random Ruth's Chris Steakhouse. They were so kind to let us use the restroom and help her clean up, but also she had to expel everything she just consumed. They're resting, everybody is resting, and I might go biking shortly, but we'll see. Right now I'm heating up my leftovers because I'm famished. Still looks delicious. Good morning, it's another day, and it's actually the Monday, and I leave to go back home in a few hours. They were slow to get up, and I was ready to go do something. And last night, I did not end up going for a walk or a bike ride. So this morning, we're going to go to this cute coffee shop that's half a mile away. Oh, and I see a scooter in front of me. So maybe we'll scoot there. So actually now we're going backwards because the one that was directly in front of me is dead, or it's missing its battery. But there's one up this street. We're going to take that one instead. There she is. Dangerous. Of course, it has like a glitchy app and it won't even let me take a photo. The one I had was almost dead, so I tried to exchange it. But whatever, we'll just ride this one all the way there. Oh my gosh. And it's saying that there's a lock. I see that there's now a lock on this one. The one I was using, there wasn't even a lock. And so it hasn't ended my ride, but now, because I initiated it, it won't ride. Technology. Look at that cute little coffee cup. Of course, I got to the beginning of the line and they didn't have decaf for my parents. And they finally got back to me that regular coffee was fine, but the line was really long, so we are not gonna get their coffee there. So we have to stop on the way back. After coffee and a failed attempt at going to the Lincoln Memorial, they dropped me off and I was heading back to Dallas, or so I thought. This is when mayhem commenced. We're talking with people on Instagram Messenger to see
I don't know what it's saying.
how I can get to Dallas. Also, there's no good food options in this terminal. Like, look at this pizza. It looks old and gross. And then we're still on Instagram Messenger. We've not heard anything back. So what had happened is that there was a 7 a.m. flight before mine, and then I was on the 12 p.m. The 7 a.m. was finally being let off of the plane, and their flight was being delayed and or canceled, but they were gonna try and still be on track for the rest of the day, I guess. And so they let us board on that same plane to potentially go to Denver. But then we just stayed on the tarmac for like, I think it was like an hour. And then they unboarded us, and that's when I was able to get that pizza. And then like 30 minutes later, not even, they told us, just kidding, get back on the flight. And they boarded us once again, only for us to sit there and taxi for like 30 minutes to an hour more. And then they kept changing like routes or whatever. But in the end, we headed to Cincinnati, which was not on the docket originally. They were going to time out with our crew, so they had to switch out a crew.
All your belongings with you, get off and stay in the gate area so they can clean the aircraft, let you stretch your legs, do not go far. You're going to reboard with a new crew. We're leaving you, we're not going to be here, so they're cooking you new flight, so you're just going to go to Denver. So stay in the boarding area, use the facilities.
And then with the new crew, we were then headed to Denver. At that point, I was already 4 hours late for my connecting flight to Dallas, so there wasn't going to be any more flights that night to Dallas. This is everybody who, not just on my flight, but several flights, waiting to talk to customer service. Originally, it was only one customer service representative, and eventually it was two. Do you want to guess how many hours I was in that line? It was almost 4 hours. Like, we got off the plane at like 10, and I was there until like 2. And then the next flight that they had going to Dallas, all they had was not until tonight at 8 p.m. And I don't want to be here anymore. I'm ready to be home. I ended up booking a different flight with American Airlines. And then I'll get like a partial refund. And they also said they were going to send me some money for like, I don't know, a meal voucher for like a dinner and lunch or breakfast, whatever. So now we're going to a different gate. And I haven't eaten since like yesterday at noon, that awful pizza that I had in DC. The last few times that I've flown Frontier, this has happened, so I'm never flying them again. Ugh. And all the convenient escalators are not working for me. I found a McDonald's. It's open and it's like 2:44. I slept the entire 2-hour flight. And since nobody knew my schedule that I was coming in today at this time, also it's pretty early, it's like 8:30, and nobody is awake. And they all live pretty far, so I'm just gonna take public transportation because I looked at Uber and it is like $40. We already spent enough money. We need to get home. The cats are hungry, and they probably miss me. That one's really having issues. And there we go. Thanks. We are so close to being home. Ah, running in the street. Anyway, in the end, the only person that you can lean on and always count on is yourself. End vlog. See you in the next one. Bye. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.